More communication is better than not enough communication. A lot of conflicts find their sources into misunderstanding, lack of information, or wrong interpretation of the information. So it is in the advantages of coaches, sports program leaders to provide as much information as possible, including the budget. So I teach a few modules that are associated with sports program management, managing conflicts. And one of the things that we teach is be transparent with the budget. Where's the money going? Where is the money coming from? What are the big expenses? Because a lot of conflicts or resentment or questions will be associated with money. So if you can make that disappear, it's already a big plus. Be honest, okay, this is what we get, this is where we spend. You're a nonprofit. Unless you're a for-profit organization, it's a different story. If you're a nonprofit, you shouldn't have anything to hide. Actually, it builds trust to share what it is. Now, the other thing is you should have some sort of communication channels that you use. Now, you have to realize that depending on who you deal with, people use different communication channels, their favorite channels. For example, personally, I always tell people send me an email. Why? Because I don't have an inbox with 4,000 unread emails like some people do. I'm not judging. That's how it is. Anytime something is in my inbox, sometimes I get up to 200, 300, 400 emails, but I'll process them. So it stays there. It's kind of like a to-do list, but it's me. I will communicate on any instant messaging, but when people send me a reminder through text or through an instant messenger, I will read it, then I'll forget about it. So most of the time, if I'm on my phone, someone sends me, I screenshot whatever message it is and I email it to myself. Why? Because I know I'm going to get back to it. But if I read it, I might forget it. That's me. Some other people don't ever check their email. The new generation, some of them barely check their emails. They're used to being on their phone. I've met people that are pretty bright, well educated, that barely use a computer. They're always on their phone or on their tablet. I still like my computer. I feel like on my phone I'm restricted. But again, everybody's different. So what's my point? My point is have multiple communication channel that will work with everybody. Here's a point in case, and that's from a few years back. Yes, I tended to over communicate with my teams, and I tend to do it with the students that I teach as well. But here's what I would rather give them all the information they need so that I don't get bothered afterwards. So by doing a little more work up front, it saves me all kinds of problem later, and basically I don't get a request for reminders. So as an example, if you're a coach, you could send on Sunday night a reminder to the parents, the athletes, and people involved in the program what's up this week. You could have it on a Facebook group, WhatsApp group. You could text people, you could email, or do all of it. Or use an app that, like Slack, a lot of teams use that. Team Snap is another one. There's a lot of apps like this, but I would share it in multiple areas. If people look up for documents, well, maybe a Facebook group with a list of documents might be there. Share links to a Dropbox folder, or any cloud folder that people can retrieve stuff. But send reminders, communicate by text or group, some sort of social media group system, email. So by using multiple channels, you reach multiple people. So a few years back, when I was coaching, I would share in the Facebook group. I would send an email to all, and I would send a text to all. So I know that no matter who I try to reach, whether it's the young person that doesn't check their email or the parents that sit in an office all day, they know, oh yeah, he texted me, so they check the text, or they check the WhatsApp group, or they check something. So whatever works, but I suggest more than one. So this would be one of the best way to avoid problems, because communication is a big deal. Provide information, provide kids with all the information. So the more you can communicate clearly, effectively, you're making your life so much easier afterward. As a sports leader, it's not even funny.